Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. I just wanted to give you a couple of days after I did this canning. I did the canned corned beef. You know, I always take, after canning, I take and wash my jars really good. I let them rest for a couple of days on the counter. And people come in, if they, if we have guests, what is that? Because I just let them rest the way they are and try not to disturb them. And I wanted to clarify something that I did in that canning video, that I don't want to mislead anyone into thinking that that's the way to do, necessarily my way is the only way, okay? I want to encourage all of you to refer to your blue ball canning book. And I always referred to my mom, my mother-in-law, and my grandmother. So a lot of things I do because that's what they did. That being said, I did do some canning of some roast beef earlier that day that I used Tattler lids on. And I only use the Tattler lids if I'm positive I'm not going to give it away, because they won't give you your lid back. And they can be spendy and they're reusable, and I don't want to, I don't want to get rid of them. So on a Tattler lid, when you take it out of the canner, you crank that down so it can seat, because there's no other way. I mean, you really have to get a feel for it. You have to put the ring on and tighten it, and then back it off just a tad, like a quarter of an inch. And then when you bring them out, as soon as you bring them out, you got to crank them down. And I think that's part of why I did that, out of just because I had just done it. But the other reason was when I was pulling one of these jars out, and these all sealed. When I was pulling one of these jars out, I could feel that the ring was loose. And I wanted to make sure that, that it was on there good enough. And then it started spewing, which if I would not have cranked it down any further, it would have boiled out everything out of that jar, because now you've lost your pressure. And so this is not what I wouldn't do that. Let your jars rest, let them do their thing, and enjoy what you have. I've never had a jar fail, but you could have a jar fail, and so I wouldn't want that to happen to you, especially the first time. So make sure all your seals are seated and everything is popped. You can pick it up by that lid. I mean, I scrub it with hot water, and you can turn these upside down. They are sealed, okay? And didn't that come out beautiful? The amount of fat in that corned beef was very minimal, because I really trimmed as much as possible. I just feel like that came out gorgeous. Let me get over here where it's a little better lighting. There's not a whole lot of fat, even, up at the top here. You see a little bit, but you just pull that right off when you open the jar. And there's the beans, and so not everybody has the same way of doing things, but I will say that this is the way my mother and my grandmother did it, and this is the way I do it. And sometimes I forget that there's a different way of doing it. But I just wanted to put that out there, that those of you that made a comment when the jar kind of started sputtering and spitting, that I'm not recommending you do that, and I shouldn't have recommended that. I go by your ball canning book recommendations always, whenever canning, whenever watching anyone's videos, including mine. Double check your information, because we could all be giving you false information, and that would not be good. So I hope this inspires you. I hope that it clarifies what happened there, and this came out beautiful. I can't wait to eat it. I'm so excited. Somebody also commented that the ball canning book recommends you can corned beef in a can, not a jar. And I have never seen that. If anybody's seen that, please let me know. I've been eating it like this for years. I didn't know you had to have a can. So anyway, all right, you guys. Hope it helps. Hope it clarifies things. And what beautiful results. Thank you. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, post it on Facebook. Be sure and link it to the previous video, though, because somebody might be confused. All right, you guys. God bless.